wish you would. Oh, one phone call to get you put off in the mud. I rep my block, I love my hood. Hey, still on mine. Hey, homie, what's good? Talk bad about the deal. I wish you would. Oh, one phone call to get you put off in the mud. But what you talking about? Nigga, this page deal. Best talk money, I'll be talking about the Yale. Yeah. You ain't talking beef with these Mossberg shells. Stay in beast mode, 1200 per sale. My trade 4 niggas, my top 4 niggas. My one trade niggas, my 1-5 niggas. All side of the hood, my motherfucking niggas. With every breath I breathe, this page deal nigga. I'm pouring out liquor for my nigga Lil Joe. R.I.P. Y'all already know who man me go and my brother Burlo. I came hard just for y'all like a brick of raw coke. Those money getting niggas, so gang bang niggas. We hungry for the cake, nigga bang bang nigga.
Hi America, and welcome to another exciting episode of Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 554. I'm your host, Dre Montz, and I hope everyone is doing well in the building and around the place. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to tell the people, raise the people, and recognize the people. By the way, let's raise the roof in the building, please. Raise the roof. There it is. Let's give a hug to ourselves. Hug it on out for yourself. Oh, there you go. That self-hug and gratification is known across the board. If you're watching the live version on Facebook, thank you. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or wherever you may be at. And as well, don't forget to share that we're on Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, edit Who's to Blame, the podcast. But wow, what an amazing week it has been. We've been 1 week in the new studio. And I tell you what, it has been going better than what I expected. Have you ever had an event or an occasion you attended or been a part of and it was better than what you thought it would be? It's to those volumes right there. By the way, if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you have the day off on a Wednesday, we need to be friends. Because I will pull the red phone out. Nobody wants me to pull the red phone out. Who's to blame for that? That could be upbringing right there. Upbringing. And I think what I'm going to lead into that today about the show today is we're talking about your sports gear. And you can look at your partner, you can look at yourself, you can look at your upbringing, but just look around your house where you live at right now. Is there anything that even shows any thought process of sports around you? Do you have that luxury of having something around you that's considered sports gear? I think for a while, wife number 4, I'm going to call her the Wolf. The Wolf. She told me at one point, do you have a shirt without your name or number on it?
Oh, my God. Okay.
And it took me a while to think about that. Who's to blame? That I really did not have that selection of shirts that was not a uniform shirt, because I was still working for the man at the time. I was still working for the man at the time. Get him, boss, get him. I was still doing that. And I was still playing softball at the time. And I was in radio as well. So it made perfectly good sense what she made. She brought facts to the table. She really did. Who's to blame? Maybe me. I think I'm to blame for that little 7-year slide where I technically did not have a shirt without my name or a number on it, or was not a uniform shirt. Like I I think I was Charlie Sheen it before Charlie Sheen was doing it. Well, I wasn't even watching that show when he was doing it. So maybe I was doing it at the same time, but did not recognize it. But in fact, who's to blame? Before we get into the title of the show today of Your Sports Gear, we're going to have a way back Wednesday moment thought here for a minute. Think about your early years of getting into sports. Have an in-house studio guest today for my days of doing D&D. Don't get butthurt. Ladies and gentlemen, I have D in the building today.
Yeah, that was the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
What's that?
The clapping.
The clapping?
Yeah.
But we got a packed studio today. Everybody's here.
Yeah, so
Teach
here.
and Todd and Craig in there. Felicity down the street.
I could have been at home masturbating.
Who's to blame? But when you think about your
D&D,
when you think about your early involvement in sports, who was your influence? Was
my
it a woman
vagina.
Good God.
Like, literally, all I did was like...
You know, sometimes I don't want to talk to people.
Okay, you don't have to talk to me.
You reminded me of that right now. So let's try this question again.
Okay, fine. Okay.
When you got into sports, who was your influence?
Sports. Always track and cross country. That was my thing. Always, every day. I would wake up at 4 in the morning, and I'd go for a run, and then I'd get ready for school, and then I'd run to... Subway for my snack, and then I'd go back to track practice, and then all I did, run, tennis, like everything.
So when you have a back in the day sports though, in your childhood days, what sport did you think about?
I lost my virginity to another
That's not
track
what
star.
I just said.
You said my
That's what you go back to?
Yeah.
You immediately think about losing your virginity doing sports.
No, and I didn't even think about that because I told you, like, my mom told me, like, I will know when you lost your virginity because you're going to walk funny.
Who's to blame, guys?
And who's to blame is my mom.
Okay.
Like, what?
Well, thank you again, D from D&D. Don't get butthurt for
can
making a guest appearance right there.
Worst
I was
freaking thing ever. Please stop doing that.
Well, you keep talking, I'm going to keep doing it.
No, I can see him on the other side.
Thank you. So, I'll
have sex today.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Who's to blame? Be selective of who you invite over. First of all,
I invite you over all the time.
Anywho, let's get back to the topic of discussion here on Who's to Blame, the podcast with your boy Dre Montz. The topic today is your sports gear, but before we get into that, I have a way back thought because today is way back Wednesday or tomorrow's throwback Thursday. How do you think about it?
Okay.
I'm thinking of my days of yesteryear, and I'm thinking about when I fell in love with the game of baseball or softball because my dad played the sport. And one of the things.
Punch that guy. But go ahead. He knows I can see him. Okay. You go ahead. You're so much professional than me.
One of the things I wanted to talk about was that way back thought of me seeing my dad play ball, but that was not the fun fact. The fun fact was I got to run the bases. Remember running the bases after a game? If your dad played baseball or softball, you got to run the bases. You got to throw and play catch with your dad. That right there speaks volumes right there. As the same way I feel about this one here. I thought about this after watching this podcast over the weekend when they were talking about numbers being retired. And I really thought about that for a minute. No one can ever wear your number again. So I thought about what the Spectator said, as in Shannon Sharp and Charles Barkley. They both said the same thing, basically. When no one can wear your number again, the next time they're going to talk about you is when you're dead. But if you don't retire your number, every time someone wears your number and does anything in a resemblance of what you did in your sports career, your name is going to come up.
We talked
And
about
who's
that.
to blame for that?
We
That-
talked about that.
That's what I was saying. What would you rather have? Your number? Would you rather have your number retired or not?
Okay, this is what we talked about earlier today. It was like, okay, you did a lot for, baseball or football or whatever. You did a lot. But you also had your number, like, sad because you raped or did something wrong. Do you actually keep doing, like, okay, we're going to keep the number? Like, we have to ask ourselves that question. Like, yeah, we love that player in the time, but do we actually keep the number just because they think or they want that number? Like, even, like, this is funny. Chuck Berry, musician, he has a star on the Walk of Fame or whatever in the Central West End or whatever, but he's known for being a rapist and, like, whatever. So, yeah, that's true. I will send you the thing. Chuck Berry was not a good human, but he has his star.
We're talking about numbers retired.
I'm talking about everything. Like, do we
No,
retire?
no.
Okay, fine. Then I'll
Pause.
stop.
Pause.
No,
Hold
I
that.
was-
Pause. Hold that. Hold that thought. That's another show. That's another show. I'm talking about numbers being retired in sports. So
It's
pause.
the same
I
thing.
said pause, please.
Okay,
Pause.
fine.
That means
It's
don't
still
say anything.
fine. It's still fine. Okay, fine. I'm still here, but fine.
Oh boy, that one got away from Harry right there. But I'm talking about numbers being retired in sports. When you consider yourself as an athlete and you think you did enough for a team or your city or whatever it may be, you put some numbers up there on the sports accolade. You think it's okay to have your number retired. The more and more I think about it, I get the sense of the fan base or the team, the city, whatever it may be. I get that point, but when it comes down to the overall act of it, you mean to tell me no one can never wear the number 17 again? What? No, no. I think there's more adulation and more adoration and more fandom given when the number is still shared by players, especially if they play the position, trying to live up to your homage or homage or your presence. But you,
I'm joking. I'm just trying to be
I
funny
don't want
with
you to say anything
But
right
you
now.
know I'm just
But
joking.
just
Okay, fine.
stay on your phone.
You go with your homage.
Boy, don't have people over your house sometimes. You don't want to have people
This
over your
isn't
house.
your house.
But chill. Man, who's to blame? Your boy Dre Montz.
Well,
You can
that's
check
it.
it out at My City, My Music Radio. You can check it out on Facebook, YouTube, IG, Instagram, the YouTube. Be wherever you need to be with a new place now, y'all. This is episode 554 of the podcast. We're doing your sports gear. Just right now, go in your closet and just see how much sports gear you have. Go in there right now. Just take a minute. Even look at your person right now. How much sports gear do you think you have bought yourself? You stood in line for. You bought a commemorative edition of something. Something you forgot about. The one you will never, ever let go away. Just go down that sports gear for a minute. The more and more I think about the way I yell at the television, my laptop, my tablet, my phone, the mirror, a newspaper article. Well, who reads a newspaper anyway, Dre? Huh? Who does that? But I'm just wondering, down the road, how much sports gear do we own? I mean, think about it. I mean, I think we're to the point now. I really thought about this yesterday, like for real. Well, really Monday after the show I thought about it because it was Veterans Day. But again, shout out to all the vets out there. But I thought about this after the show. Do they know how much sports gear that we have? Meaning the teams that we support and follow, the players that we support. Do they know? Do they actually know how much that we have invested in this team, this player, this cause? Do they know? I've never been one to burn a jersey. The Jack Clark thing pissed me off back in the day when he went to the Yankees from the Cardinals. That was before I was Dre Montz. I was just Dre then. I didn't know any better. Who's to blame?
Oh, my God. Okay.
I'm just saying, I was a different person then. But since that time, I have not burned, tarnished, or disrespected an athlete. I only wear the sports paraphernalia that I have in season. Meaning I'm not wearing Cardinal gear right now. Baseball season's over with. Make it make sense. I'm that dude. I'm that anal. Like, I look at people differently when they wear sports gear that don't make sense to me. What? You're 6'5". Why are you wearing a Chris Paul jersey? I mean, things like that. I want it to make sense. But if we look at our sports gear and we took a picture of our sports gear and sent it to the teams or the players that we support, would they like it? Would they recognize it? Who's to blame for this sickness and madness that we got into in wearing jerseys and supporting teams the way that we do? We go a different way. And I'm a NASCAR fan. And NASCAR fans are totally different than any sports fan ever. You can bet me that all damn day you want to.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I will. Because NASCAR fans, they will lose a family member over you. Just like college basketball in the South and football in the South. So maybe in that, us folks here in the Midwest and people to the left, they have no idea. They have no idea at all. But it's your first time tuning in. Thank you so much. This is the live version if you're watching on the live stream, but this is for the audio people out there. Thank you so much for continuing to follow Who's to Blame, the podcast with your boy Dre Montz. I cannot believe we're at episode 554, and we're talking about today your sports gear. But before we get out of here, I got to do one more thing. And I think that it's more impactful and meaningful to understand that I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you. But before we get out here, I want to talk about this. It's been bothering me. It's been going on across the board. I talked about it last year on the podcast, Who's to Blame. I talked about it on Montez at Midday. When it comes to supporting women in sports, I don't understand, and I never will to this day understand, why is there a man in charge of these women's sports? Why? I don't understand how the WNBA is controlled by men.
Because they suck their dick.
Well, if women supported each other.
You already asked me this.
You don't like women. You don't like working with women? Women don't like women.
No,
that is
women.
the
I'm a lesbian.
Do you watch?
Of course I love
You're
women.
a lesbian in sheep's clothing. Do you support women's sports?
No,
You even said you don't.
Suck.
You said you don't. See?
Because they suck.
Point proven.
Nope. I
My
like
point is proven.
I fucking
Why
love
don't women support each other?
I support if a girl was sitting right here next to me and she was attractive, I'd be like, hey.
If two black men can shoot each other, why women can't support
I'd
each other?
support two black people too. Like,
I really want to know the root of this. Like, they just
the root
announced.
of it is like literally.
Like the Women's Lacrosse League. They just started a Women's Lacrosse League today. It
Cool.
started by a man.
Good.
Why?
I want that.
Why? No.
Because women suck.
If women supported each other.
I'm supporting all the
Women don't even. If you know anybody, your partner, your neighbor, your sister,
God,
your
I'm a
mom,
fucking
that
female.
work with
I
women,
support.
just listen to the stories they tell you.
They suck.
Women hate women.
Because they suck. I like women.
I don't get it.
I love
But men
women.
love women. I love women. The
I
smell,
love
the
women.
scent, the
I
walk, the
fucking
way
love
y'all
women. I
fall,
like
the way y'all laugh.
smelling them.
I hate the
like,
way y'all cry.
No,
but
I like putting the armpits in my.
oh,
I like
the foot on a
smelling them.
woman is like
I
the
love
yeah.
fucking women.
Yes.
So don't tell me I
Yeah.
don't like women.
But when it comes to supporting a woman,
I
where's it at?
support her, but she's a sucky.
Would you support an all women's sports bar
No.
in St. Louis?
No, I just got fired from that.
Who is to blame for that? Why
Who's
don't
to
women?
blame?
Why don't women support each other?
Because bitches are bitches.
I don't.
Like, I love women.
They always say,
I'm all
women
about
always say how strong and how
No.
powerful and how
No,
mighty
no,
they
no,
are.
no.
But
I'm
they don't
all-
support each other.
Those
That is
bitches
crazy.
don't.
That is crazy to me.
No, I support
But men support each other.
when they're sucking dicks. Like, joking. But
You know what? Oh my God.
Like,
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Turn your mic off. Turn
No.
off.
When dudes suck dicks,
Oh my
they're all about sucking dicks. Like, they're sucking dicks. Like, that's
How do you
fine.
just go? I was talking about women supporting women.
I support women. They're good boobies.
You don't. You just said you don't even watch the WNBA.
Because they're
Name me
lame.
5 WNBA. Name me 3 other than Caitlin
Only
Clark.
Caitlin. And the black one. The black one.
And the
that-
black one.
The black one.
And the
does-
black one.
The black one. that
Look,
does
if you
it.
want to form the line outside the committee,
I don't give a
the
mother
line will be
effing
outside
shit.
in her protest. She's a
No,
guest
no,
on the
no,
show.
no,
She's a
no,
guest
no.
on the show
Do
today.
you know why black people are tall?
First of all, by the way, thank you again for tuning into the show today. Thank you so much.
That's not it. I
That's
actually
it.
love women.
That's it. Thank
I
you
love
for your
women.
women in support right there. Again, this is Who's to Blame, the podcast. Your boy, Dre
I'll have
Montz.
sex with men if I need to. I will do it.
I need you to be quiet for please 1 damn fucking second. Be quiet.
Do you hear how he talks to me?
Yeah, because you don't get the hand signals. Be quiet.
Maybe
Again,
I'm
this-
blind like you. Okay, I'm done. Good night.
It's the last time.
Shut up.
Again, it's your boy Dre Montz, episode 554 of Who's to Blame, the podcast. We talked about today your sports gear. Look in your closet. Running the bases when you were a kid with the old man. Do numbers really need to be retired? In women, where is the support for each other? If it's your first time tuning in, please join in each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You can see the live version of the show by going to My City, My Music Radio. Check it out with your boy, again, Dre Montz, and we're going to get up out of here with my homie, my family, my cousin, Gangsta Bubs, in the building. And we'll see you next week for another exciting episode.
Black P caps, it gets no realer. I rep my block.
Who's to blame?
Love my hood. Hey, deal
we
on
out.
mine. Hey, homie, what's good? Talk bad about the deal. I wish you would. Oh, one phone call to get you put off in the mud. I rep my block. I love my hood. Hey, deal on mine. Hey, homie, what's good? Talk bad about the deal. I wish you would. Oh,